the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we're here for night number 2, preliminary race number 3, as the Dirty Old Bastards present the Knoxville Nationals, their 4th annual Knoxville Nationals. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. I will be your host for tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and I am ready to bring you the edge of the seat racing action that you so desire. Thank you so much for joining us. Want to give a special shout out to our sponsors here tonight. That includes the Wicked brands of Wicked Energy Gum, Wicked Cushion, and Wicked Cushion Esports, and of course Methanol Mafia Productions. They picked up the broadcast Monday night. They will pick up the Knoxville Hard Knocks race tomorrow night. We'll get more into that in a little bit as we get ready to roll out for single car qualifying. This is going to be a treat. Night number 1 saw a double header, so 2 preliminary races. 100 cars have signed up for the Dirty Old Bastards 410 Knoxville Nationals, and we are getting ready to send cars out for qualifying. First car out on the track. Well, that is Steven Fernberg. We got to watch him Sunday night in the DOB Classic. Here he is out on the track once again for qualifying. Fernberg to the top of the charts is the first car out. Got a nice fresh track. iRacing sorts you into a group, and you go out based off of your number in the group, but the groups are randomly selected. Steven Fernberg, first car out with a 15.56. George Streaker out on track now. This is the 17 machine. Let's see if we get a paint job loaded for him. Maybe not. Almost everyone's got a paint job loaded up. This one doesn't seem to want to load, so not sure if he's gone out with an all-white car or if that's something I have screwed up. Who knows? I'm not very good. But George Streaker, a 15.64 his best lap. His last time around, a 15.83, so slower on his second lap. Carl Streaker out in his race car. This one does have a paint scheme on it, does have a number. It is the 82. It looks sharp here, all white. Into 3 and 4, the 82 machine laying down a 15.73 his first time around. Second time around, does not improve, a 15.75. Chase Swafford is the next car out in the 75 machine out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. First time around, Swafford doing a 15.63. He's going to move up into second place. Track still has a lot of grip in it. Good for the drivers who are in this first group. Not so good for the drivers who are in the second group. Next lap, a little bit faster at a 15.60, does not improve his position. but does improve his time. Andrew Clark in the 10 machine out next. Clark off of turn number 2. It's a good run down the straightaway. Everyone looking very smooth. No one trying a slider line or a reverse slider line. So far, everyone has been right through the middle of the track looking for all the speed they can get. 10 machine getting a little sideways coming off of 4. That's going to cost him just a little bit of speed. His first lap of a 15.83. Next time around, this lap going to be slower. So a 15.83 for Andrew Clark. Hayden Harvey from Warrensburg, Illinois in the 55H. Harvey off of turn number 4, his first lap, going to be a 15.61. See what Harvey has in store here on lap number 2. 55 down to the bottom, jumps the berm a little bit. That does upset the car and slows you down a hair. We'll see what kind of time he turns in. A 15.68 does not improve his time or position. So Hayden Harvey into third place. Now out on track, Jeremy Zarfos, Brent Parks Racing Sim Team in the 19 machine. Old Jay-Z, teammate of mine and broadcaster who was in the booth with me Sunday night, put down the microphone and grabbed his steering wheel. Jay-Z with a 15.64 first time around. Off of turn number 4, across the start-finish line, and Jay-Z jumps up to second, almost taking quick time with a 15.56. Jesse Dacus out next in the yellow and plain aluminum top wing. Looks good. I have the plain aluminum top wing myself. I think they look good. That 7 machine on the throttle. Dacus with a 15.65 his first time around. Down on the bottom, looking for some grip off of turn number 4 and across the line, and he's going to jump up into third with a 15.57. Dirty old bastard's a regular driver, sporting a DOB paint scheme. That is Jonathan Lowe. Well, J-Lo in the 20 machine out on track. J-Lo coming around now for his first time lap. J-Lo with a 15.67. Digging hard off of turn 2. Good exit off of 2. We'll see if that is going to carry over into some speed through 3 and 4. And across the line goes the 20. And Jonathan Lowe with a 15.64 for 6.3 as his qualifying time. Joe Quinn in the 90 machine, the next car out on track. Quinn laying down a 15.67 for his first lap. Second time around, a 15.72 does not improve on that one. Weston Newell in the 222 machine. Wicked cushion deadhead on the side of that machine, and fellow Missouri native. Newell, first time lap. Smooth exit off of turn number 4, and Weston Newell gonna jump up into second place with a 15.56 as well. Digging hard this time, running the slider line, maybe a little too much of a slider line in that 222. We'll see how it plays out for him. Across the line he goes, and a 15.65 the second time around. So Weston Newell up into second. Dylan Workman in the 75 machine on track now. Team Mopar paint scheme made famous. Mark Kinzer, very good. Workman, 15.75 for his first time lap. Fernberg holding on to that coveted quick time with a 15.56. And Workman going to go with a 15.68. Does improve on his second lap. Darren Detweiler out on track now. Darren did an excellent job broadcasting Monday night's doubleheader. 2 preliminary races, 2 full shows, and you can find that on Facebook at Methanol Mafia Productions. Aaron on the throttle here of 15.68, his first time around. Good line off of turn 4. Down across the line he goes, and Darren is going to improve his time. He jumps up into 7th with a 15.63. Doug Lockwood in the 08 machine out on track now. Lockwood across the line for his first time lap of a 15.74. Lockwood shutting it down, so the 15.73 good enough for 13th spot. 420 of Nathan Kay out on the track now on his first time lap off of turn number 2. Track does seem to be slowing down just a little bit. That does not mean we can't have somebody still find a way to take quick time away from Steven Fernberg. Nathan Kay with a 15.77. First time around. Off of turn number 4. Trying to hold it steady, and he does improve to a 15.72. The 80 of Vinny Sansone, next one on the speedway and on the clock. Vinny's first lap of a 15.76. 80 machine off of turn number 4 now, and going to cross the start finish line and try to improve his time, and he does. He goes to a 15.66, putting his car into 10th place. Barry Goldner out on track now in the 36. Goldner all the way from Almer, Ontario. I probably said that with too much Americanese in there, but I apologize. But the 36 with a 15.85 on his first time around. .36 machine off of turn number 4, and Barry going to improve his time and position to a 15.81, gaining 1 spot on his second lap. Next car up, that is Brennan Lacey. Lacey hard on the throttle in his 414 machine. Right through the middle of 3 and 4. Lacey's first lap going to clock in at a 15.86. Lacey across the start finish line for his second lap, improves his time, a 15.72, move him up into 14th place. Jesse Bandy in the 57 out on track now. Andy off the turn number 4, his first time lap, clocking in at a 15.69. 57 looking to improve here. Slider line through 3 and 4 in the 57. And across the line with a 15.85 does not improve his time. '56 machine, next one out on track. That is Randy Shreves out of Springfield, Illinois. Shreves, maybe our setup shop on the side of that machine. Turning a 15.86 for his first time lap. Good enough for a 20th spot at the moment. Off of turn 4 for the final time from Randy Shreves. He clocks in at a 15.70, 14th place for the 56. Sam Price in the 19. Next car out on track. Steamboat Warehouse Restaurant on the side of that machine. Opelousas, Louisiana. First time lap of a 15.94. Really digging that paint scheme, Price. Like the color scheme. I like the action on the car. Looks very fast as a paint scheme. But at 15.81, all he is going to muster in his qualifying time. Good enough for 20th. Zach McLaughlin, next car out on track, the 11. We watched him Sunday night take advantage of the track and use the bottom to really gain a lot of places. Ended up getting crashed. Never gave up, came back from the back and transferred into the A main, and Zach McLaughlin on the throttle with a 15.81 once again. To the 11 machine. Second time around, 15.73. McLaughlin improves on his second lap. Clayton Kincart, next driver on the clock. Kincart off of turn number 4. Trying to dig hard, looking for any extra grip he can find. 15.95 his first time around. Kincart off of 4 goes to a 15.76, improves his lap time. Matthew Croak out on track from Grand Forks. Phantom number 2 machine. Slider line through 1 and 2, his first lap of a 15.75, good enough for 20th spot. Once again, down low on entry, sliding up for a high exit on 4. And the 2 is going to turn a 15.72 as he turns into a dune buggy. Croak moves up into 15th spot. Ross Cornada, next driver out on track in the 10 machine. 24 drivers have taken a qualifying lap. This will be our 25th. Ross on the throttle and across the start finish line. His first time lap, a 15.71, a very first opening lap from this group. We'll see if he can improve in the 10. JZ iRacing photo on the front of that thing in the 10 machine. Across the line, he does improve his time to a 15.70, but does not improve his position. On the clock now, the 28 of John Batista. New paint scheme for the 28. I am used to Batista in the 54. Here he is tonight in the 28, whole new paint scheme. So if I get confused, don't blame me, blame him. I'm just the victim here. The 15.83, good enough for 25th for John Batista. 28 across the start finish line, and he jumps up to a 15.70, put him in the 14th spot. Next driver on the track, that is the 91 of Ernie Williams in a new paint scheme. He retired his black paint scheme after the win in the first annual DOB Classic Sunday night. Has broke out this unique color scheme here on this one. Tim Sims, Black Diamond Motorsports driver, UDTV, and looked like he brushed the wall a little bit, but did not. His time at a 15.90. Good enough for 27th. We'll see if he can improve this time around. He's looking for a little bit better lap time. The 91 machine gonna cross the start finish line, does improve his lap time to a 15.74. John Bragman in the Fox Farms machine. Bragman with a 15.93 for his opening lap. Pulling it low off of turn 4 for that exit in the 30. Going to improve his time, but not his position, a 15.87. 47 of Jason Randolph out of Des Moines, Iowa. Maybe our setup shop. Race car, that 47 machine. Pitching it into the corner, gets up into the fluff, looking for grip. First time lap for Jason Randolph, a 15.73. And Randolph once again digging hard off of turn number 4, across the line, and does not improve his time, so he is clocked in with a 15.73. Austin Oakdahl in the 31. Begins his first time lap. Track really starting to slick off, and has been very hard for anyone to break into the top 10 in this deep in qualifying. But Austin with a 15.84 and shutting it down, good enough for 29th. Ty Williams in the 32. Next race car out on the track. Williams' first time of a 15.89. Has him scored in 31st. Steven Fernberg enjoying seeing these cars go slower and slower each time, as that puts him closer to quick time. And Williams going to move into 28th spot for his qualifying time with a 15.82. Mason Hannigan in the 1X out of Pittsboro, Indiana. Hannigan on the throttle. Mason digging hard through 3 and 4. His first time lap. Going to clock in at a 15.83. Reverse slider line through 1 and 2. 1X down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Trying to beat a 15.83, and Mason Hannigan going to move in to 26 with a 15.79. Trace Olson, Gillette, Wyoming. Maybe Gillette, Wyoming. Call it Gillette though. Olson. Through 3 and 4, looking very smooth, but trying to avoid the slick parts. 15.91 his first time lap. Not able to run the preferred line. Steven Fernberg has just a few more bullets to sweat through. Jordan Maherter out of Lansing, Michigan in the 13M. Will be our 34 car to take a qualifying time. Steven Fernberg, first car out, has held on to quick time so far, and Herder with a 15.85 on his first time lap. The 13M going to cross the start finish line and improves his time and position with a 15.81. Austin Stern out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania in the 75. And Stern gonna shut it down. The 75 brings it to a stop. And I believe that is gonna do it. We do have one car that is not qualified yet, Dean Gertie. But Steven Fernberg, first car out, laying down the quick time then, and nobody could touch it. A 15.56, going to earn him the quick time award here tonight. So now we get into our heat races for the night. First heat race coming up. Top 4 drivers from each heat race. Going to move into tonight's A main. Everyone else into our last chance consolation, whatever you want to call them. But let's get right into our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1, Sam Price in the 19 machine, and on his outside, Clayton Kinkart in the 77. Row 2 will be Harl Streaker in the 82 and Matthew Croak in the 2 machine. Row number 3 on the inside, Dylan Workman in the 75 and Jonathan Lowe in the number 20. On the outside or inside of row 4, Chase Swafford in the 14, and your quick time qualifier, Steven Fernberg in the 29. 8-car invert that has put Fernberg in the outside of row 4. And the last car to take off here, that is the 30 of John Bragman. Bragman a little sideways there, as it is a bit slick coming off of pit lane there. Sam Price in the 19. Clayton Kinkart in the 77, going to start on the front row. And since we are getting into heat race action, and I am just happy to be here doing a Dirty Old Bastards broadcast by special request from the boss man himself, Chris Roberts. Gonna crack another cold one, ladies and gentlemen. That's flavored water, I swear. All right, here we go. Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. Heat race number 1. Is green. Underway we go. Price gets a good jump, and the 19 machine clears the 77 very easy. Steven Fernberg, our quick time qualifier, trying to work through the field, but we got one into the wall hard. That is John Bragman in the 30, but he gets it sorted out and continues on. He smacked the wall into turn 3. The 19 machine out in front. Matthew Croak in the 2 in the final transfer spot. Yellow flag is going to come out. Harl Streaker in trouble. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Harles in the 82 machine. Contact with the 2 and the 75, and Harles just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. 2 and the 75 are going to make contact down below Harles, and the 82 just going to get rocked. So Sam Price got an excellent start. Gonna have to try and do it once again. I want to thank you all for joining me here tonight. If you have a driver you are cheering for, please let me know in chat. Hope you guys have picked who you think is going to win. I have no idea who's going to win. This is going to be crazy all night long, but let me know who you're cheering for here tonight. Love to know who your favorite driver here is. We saw qualifying. Steven Fernberg put it on in qualifying, setting a fast time, and no one could touch him. He was first car out, posted that time and said, good luck, boys. A couple of them got close, but man, what a power move. And here he is, heat race number 1, finding himself in 6th place. Got some work to do to get into the show. 2 more cars to pass. Chase Swafford in 5th, J-Lo in 4th, but Sam Price, our race leader. Green flag comes back out once again. We're back underway. Price with another great start. Put some distance on the 77. Dylan Workman in the 75, sitting in 3rd. John Lowe in the 20 in the final transfer spot, but here comes Chase Swafford looking to the inside. Swafford got a run off of turn 2. Dives down low, slider for the final transfer spot. J-Lo gonna fight right back though. That 20 machine not giving up, but Swafford moves into the final transfer spot. Matthew Croak in the 2, taking a peek to the inside. 5 laps to go for Sam Price. He is out front, been in the clean air and enjoying this run. It's a little crossed up off of turn number 2. He can't do that too many more times because Clayton closed in very quickly on him. Workman in the 75, battling Chase Swafford. Swafford moved to the outside, put Chase Swafford into 3rd. He has got this car hooked up for the heat race. He is working his way forward. That 75 machine putting on a clinic how to work your way forward. Biggest mover of this one here in this heat race dives down to the inside. Kincart looked like maybe he was going to try and block a little bit or didn't know he was there. 1 of the 2. And now Swafford moves into 2nd with 2 laps to go. Kincart going to try and battle back to the inside. Price in the 19 wants to see these guys battling, but Swafford's going to clear and pull down to the inside. White flag, final lap. Here we go. Chase Swafford, slider for the lead. The 19 of Price battles back to the inside. Drag race down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Here we go. Price right in the middle. Makes Swafford check up, but Chase Swafford going to gain 6 positions and win this one. Price, Kincart, and Workman all transfer into the A. Woo, how about heat race number 1? What a show that was, and that was just the first one, ladies and gentlemen. We got this all night long. Heat race number 2 starting to take to the grid. Let's go through our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1 in the 32 machine, that is Ty Williams. On his outside, it is Mason Hannigan. Row number 2 going to be Zach McLaughlin and Nathan Kay on the outside. Row 3, in a 28 machine, that is John Batista. On his outside, that is the 80 machine of Vinny Sansone. Row number 4, Hayden Harvey in the 55 machine, and on his outside, that is the 222 of Weston Newell. And finally, last starting spot, that is Trace Olson, 0T machine. 9 or more cars out on the track. 4 more drivers looking to transfer into this one. James Wallace looks like he's cheering for Weston Newell. Weston's got his work cut out for him, starting on the outside of row 4. Top 4 are gonna transfer. 8-car invert. So Weston Newell was our second fastest qualifier. He's in heat race number 2 in that 8th spot. So Newell has some speed. It did not work very well for Fernberg. We'll see if Newell can work his way through. Ty Williams, Mason Hannigan on the front row. We're waiting patiently for a very slow Chevy Silverado to get out of our way. It's only slow because it's required to keep these guys in check. Here we go. Williams in the 32 gets a good jump. Mason Hannigan a little bit slower. Zach McLaughlin down to the inside, battling with the 28 of John Batista. The 32 of Ty Williams holding on to the lead and going to lead this first lap. Hannigan, slider for the race lead. Williams pulls down underneath him. Tight racing off of turn 4. Hannigan gets a little crossed up. That's all Williams needed to hold on to the spot. Weston Newell on the outside of Zach McLaughlin. McLaughlin in the 11 falling back just a little bit here as he tries the inside lane. Hannigan and Williams almost come together through 1 and 2, but Hannigan comes out on top. John Batista in the 28 in the second. Now he's looking for a little bit more. 6 laps to go here in heat race number 2. Weston Newell up to 5th. Newell taking a peek to the inside of Nathan Kay in the 420 machine. This is for a transfer spot, the final transfer spot. Nathan Kay has it for the moment. Nathan Kay into the wall. Weston Newell has to bail out of the throttle. Zach McLaughlin into the wall. We stay green. Hannigan, Batista, Williams, and Nathan Kay in those 4 transfer spots for the moment. Caution flag coming out. Looks like Hayden Harvey in trouble. See what happened to Hayden Harvey here. Harvey in the 55. Makes contact with Trace Olson. Gets stuffed into the wall because of that contact. Ends up on his side. Now sits on pit road. Well, Hannigan, your race leader. John Batista second. Ty Williams third. Nathan Kay in 4th. Weston Newell rounding out your top 5. He has moved forward a little bit, but not enough to put it in the show just yet. Lights go out on the Chevy Silverado. Gonna go green next time around. Pyro Illusions, apparently not a fan of the 222. It's okay, everyone's entitled to their opinion. James Wallace, Tyler Hensman rooting for Weston Newell, but Mason Hannigan doesn't care. Mashes that foot to the floor, and we are back underway with 3 laps to go here in heat race number 2. Hannigan gets away from John Batista. Zach McLaughlin down on the bottom trying to work his way forward. He's going to get by the 420. Weston Newell slides on Nathan Kay as well. Now he's a 3-wide battle off of turn 4. Final lap for Mason Hannigan. John Batista closing in on him. And Zach McLaughlin in the 11. Very close racing. McLaughlin moves into 3rd at the line. It's going to be Mason Hannigan, John Batista, Zach McLaughlin, Ty Williams. Your top 4, Weston Newell, Vinny Sansone, Trace Olson, and Nathan Kay with Hayden Harvey into ALCQ. So Zach McLaughlin pulling off another great run down on the bottom, snuck in there at the end of that race. Heat race number 3 coming up, and let's take a look at our starting lineup for this one. Andrew Clark in the 10 machine on the inside of row number 1. On the outside of row number 1 is Barry Goldner. Row 2, Doug Lockwood in the 8 machine, and on his outside will be Brennan Lacey. Row 3 will be Randy Shreves and Joe Quinn. Row 4 will be Darren Detweiler in the 3, Jeremy Zarfos in the 19 machine. Austin Stern going to be the last car starting here tonight in the 75. Austin Stern has some work to do. Jeremy Zarfos, 3rd quick in qualifying. Finds himself on the outside of row number 4 with the 8-car invert. Top 4 are going to transfer. So far, our quick time qualifiers have not been able to transfer into the A main. Can we see Jay-Z from that 8th starting position make his way into the A main? Here we go. Chevy Silverado down and away. The 10 machine of Andrew Clark on the throttle gets an outstanding start. Doug Lockwood as well. And Jeremy Zarfos in the 19 down on the bottom, making it 3 wide off of turn number 4. Zarfos, a man on a mission here, trying to work that bottom lane. We'll see if he's got anything. We got 1 tumbling, 2, 3, 4 cars involved in this one. Darren Detweiler involved. And Randy Shreves going up and over. Let's take a look at this. The 56 making contact, climbs the wall. Big, big tumble for Shreves. One more time. Big contact down the back stretch. Doug Lockwood in the 08 machine. Out in front. Andrew Clark in second. 3rd place going to Jeremy Zarfos. who had an outstanding run down on the bottom there in our first stint of heat race number 3. He's looking to become one of the first of our top 3 qualifiers to transfer into the A main. The Shreve still being serviced on pit road. We'll see if he can get back out there, but that car heavily torn up. Not sure he's going to be able to make it in time as the lights are out on the Chevy Silverado for heat race number 3. Pyro Illusions, just not a fan of anyone out there, apparently. That's okay. What a goofball. The 08 of Doug Lockwood on the throttle. He gets another great start. Lockwood out in front. Andrew Clark trying to give chase. Stolfus working the bottom. Darren Detweiler, final transfer spot. Detweiler going to get by JZ for the moment. That high side starting to come in a little bit, but man, you have got to put that right rear on the wall. High risk, high reward situation there. Detweiler moves into third. Andrew Clark in a second. You see that 3 start to climb the wall. Lockwood out in front, pulling away from this group. Austin Stern now moves into the final transfer spot. 19 machine looks like he has fallen back a little bit here. Did have contact with another car. Maybe has bent something, tweaked something, set up not quite the same. That time he gets a good run off of 4. He takes over the 4th place and final transfer spot. Detweiler in the wall again. The 3 really slows down. Down to the inside, 2 cars get together. And around goes the 75 of Austin Stern. Austin Stern gonna clear out before the caution flag can fly. Doug Lockwood finding himself way out in front. Andrew Clark in second. Darren Detweiler in the 3. Sitting in third. Joe Quinn in the 90 in the final transfer spot with 2 laps to go. Doing all he can to close in and gain 1 more position. Final time around, Brennan Lacey in trouble. Lacey pulls onto pit road, but final lap, the 08 of Doug Lockwood. Going to win heat race number 3. Andrew Clark second. Darren in third. Joe Quinn transfers and the trend continues. Top qualifiers not able to make it out of the heat races and directly into the A main. Heat race number 4 to the grid. Another 9 cars in this one. This will be our final heat race of the night. On the inside of row number 1, Austin Oakdahl in the 31 machine. Outside row number 1, Jordan Maherter in the 13. Inside row number 2, Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91 machine and Jason Randolph in the 47. Row 3 going to be Ross Cornada and Jesse Bandy. Row 4 will be George Streaker and Jesse Dacus and Dean Gertie. Final car rolling out for heat race number 4. All right, heat race number 4. Cars out on the track, heat in the engines. Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. Don't worry, there's probably a recall to fix those lights that don't want to stay on. It is a GM product. 31 of Austin Opdahl and the 13 of Jordan Maherter going to be on the throttle in just a moment. Here we go. Final heat race of the night. Dean Gertie did not make it to the grid. Green, a flag is out, and Austin gets a good jump. Ernie Williams there as well. Ernie sliding into second place right from the get-go. Everyone very quickly to single file down the backstretch. Williams pulling down low to try and get a good run, and here comes a slide job for the race lead. Williams slides up high. The 31 now pulls down low, gets into the slick, buzzes the tires, gets crossed up, and Ernie Williams going to go into turn 3 unchallenged, and the 31 still spinning the tires. He is having all sorts of trouble here in this heat race. The 13 of Jordan Maherter down on the inside here trying to make something happen. And Austin finally gets it sorted out, gets some grip going, and now finds a good rhythm. So Williams pulling away, laying down some very fast laps, a 16.59, fastest lap here in this heat race so far. Fastest car in this heat race, and Jason Randolph in the 47 machine. Sitting in third with Ross in the 10 in the final transfer spot. So Ross now looking to the inside of Randolph. Randolph tried to chase him down to the track. Big slider, big contact. Austin Opdahl in trouble. He is on his side. The 31 got done dirty there, and I don't think the admins are going to be too happy about that one. Take another look at this as Austin Opdahl gets a slider from the 10. The 10 does not quite clear him. Both cars into the wall, but Austin on his side. That one was a very close one, but Austin ended up in the bad on that situation. One more look at this. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Austin going airborne and just tumbling into, not end over end, just bouncing on his side. Wade Field saying he pulled a T-Mez. So Ross has been given an EOL, so he goes from a transfer spot to the tail end of the field. He's got some work cut out for him in a very short amount of time to get that work done. Williams, Randolph, Bandy, Maherter, your top 4, and currently in transfer spots. So preliminary race number 3. 3 heat races have been contested and wrapped up. Heat race number 4, under caution for the first time, but we're gonna fire them off one more time. Gonna have 3 laps to go when the green flag drops. Ernie Williams in the 91. That's the pace car out of his way, and the 91 gets rolling very quickly, gets a good break away from Jason Randolph in the 47. Now off of turn number 2, nice smooth exit for the 91, the first annual DOB Classic race winner on Sunday night, looking to continue right where he left off. Battle for the final transfer spot with 2 laps to go. Jordan Maherter in the 13 has the spot. Ross Cornata in the 10 wants it. Ross served in EOL as we begin the final lap. Now that 10 machine trying to work his way forward. One more car. Can he get it down the backstretch? The 13 spins the tires off of turn 4. All this going on. Ernie Williams in the 91 says goodbye. See you later. Thank you very much. Jason Randolph scores in second. Jesse Bandy third. And Ross in the 10. Your final transfer spot. Getting Jordan Maherter in the last half. Four heat races, top 4 transferred. Now we move on to our first consolation race of the night. Top 4 drivers in this one going to transfer into the A, so let's get right into it. Steven Fernberg in the 29 machine on the inside of row number 1 with Trace Olson on his outside. Row number 2 going to be Austin Stern in the 15. George Streaker on the outside of row number 2. Row 3 will be John Bragman in the 30 and Nathan Kay in the 420 machine on the outside of row 3. Row number 4 going to be Barry Goldner all the way from Canada. Austin Oakdahl on his outside. Carl Streaker in the 82 on the inside of row 5. Hayden Harvey on the outside. In our final row here tonight, Randy Shreves and Dean Gertie. So Fernberg, our quick time qualifier, gonna have a preferred starting spot this time. This is not a double B main. This is the C main. The green flag comes out for this one. The 29 gets a huge jump. And Fernberg out to the early lead. Austin Stern into second. Nathan Kay third. Fourth place going to John Bragman as they get this one underway. Big battle at the back of the pack here. Top 4 transfer in this C main. Contact at the back. Randy Shreves holds on to it. Carl Streaker and George Streaker battling with the 56. But Fernberg enjoying a clean breakaway. Hayden Harvey right there as well. And we got another one in trouble. That is the 420 and Nathan Kay. He is going to fall back very quickly. Into 8th place goes the 420 machine. Barry Goldner, Trace Olson, and Dean Gertie did not make it out to start this race. As Hayden Harvey goes to the outside and gets around Steven Fernberg. Fernberg gonna battle right back. Yeah, sorry for the confusion. The DOB Classic on Sunday night, we ran 2 B mains, and for some reason I was stuck in that mode. But the 55 of Hayden Harvey does pull off into the race lead, clearing Steven Fernberg and trying to pull away from him. That top side looks like it is working very well for the 55 machine. Fernberg in the 29, sitting in second. Austin Stern in the 75, third. And Randy Shreves up 7 positions in this C main into the final transfer spot. Austin Oakdahl trying to get in there in the 31, but Shreves in that 56, rolling that high side. This is a battle for the final transfer spot, and they are closing in on Austin Stern. Hayden Harvey going to have 4 laps to go this time. And Shreves closing in very quickly on Harvey. Or I'm sorry, on Stern. Harvey and Fernberg pulling away from the field. Hayden Harvey working right through the middle. This track looking well and truly worn in now and very slick, and that 55 just rolling the corner nice and easy, and it is working out very well for him. Shreves and Stern going at it side by side off of turn number 4. Shreves not getting the run off the corner he needed. 2 more times around. They are in transfer spots for the moment. Here comes Oakdahl with a good run off of 2. Oakdahl not done just yet. Pulls down to the inside. Can he get a good dig off of turn 4 as we begin the final lap? Oakdahl, 2 cars, 1 corner, doesn't quite get all of it. Stern into the transfer spot for the moment. Shreves in 3rd. Hayden Harvey wins it. Steven Fernberg 2nd, but the battle for the transfer spot, Austin Stern, Randy Shreves are going to make it into the B. Austin Oakdahl done for the night. Nathan Kay, John Bragman, Carl Streaker, and George Streaker are done as well. Our B main taking to the grid, so let's get right into this starting lineup. On the inside of row number 1, Matthew Croak in the 2 machine, and on his outside, Pyro Illusions, not going to be a fan, Weston Newell of the 222. Jeremy Zarfos on the inside of row number 2, and Jordan Maherter on his outside. Jonathan Lowe in the 20 machine, and Vinny Sansone going to make up row number 3. Row 4, going to go to Brennan Lacey in the 414 and Jesse Dacus on the outside. Row 5 will be Hayden Harvey, your C main winner, and Steven Fernberg in the 29. And row 6, Randy Shreves and Austin Stern. Pyro Illusions apparently not a fan of Jeremy Zarfos either. Maybe Jay-Z's not a fan of you. Did you ever think of that, Pyro? Happens. Wade Fields cheering for Vinny Sansone. 8 cars going to transfer out of this one. 4 heat races, top 4 transferred. 4 times 4 is 16. That means we have 8 spots to fill here for the A main. And oh man, let's see if we can get it done. Who is it gonna be? Matthew Croak on the throttle, and away we go. Weston Newell slicing down on the inside. They swap lanes at the start-finish line. Weston Newell down on the bottom. Newell low crossed up off of turn 2. That's going to give the 2 of Matthew Croak the advantage he needs, but Croak half a lane off of the bottom through 3 and 4. Weston Newell right on the bottom, and Vinny Sansone in trouble on the front stretch. The 80 goes tumbling. And he is going to try and right that ship, but I don't think she's going to flip over for him. And Vinny's night is done if he can't get back out there, but let's see what happened to the 80. Benny right through the middle of the track. 414 Brennan Lacey in front of him, and Jonathan Lowe making contact with the 80 machine. Take another look at this one. As Lowe goes tumbling as well, but he does land on all fours and looks like he is going to be able to continue. Take one more look at this one off the nose. Jonathan Lowe. Benny Sansone in the 80, you see just hops to the right rear. Jonathan Lowe going up and over, but lands on all fours. Holy crap, Pyro Illusions likes this announcer. I didn't think you liked anyone, Pyro. Must be doing a good job if this guy likes me. I appreciate it. Here we go. One more time, we're gonna let these guys loose. 10 laps to go here on preliminary night. Preliminary race number 3, the DOB 410 Knoxville Nationals. This is your B main. Chevy Silverado out of the way, green the flag back out. Matthew Croak gets a good jump. Weston Newell down on the bottom, trying to dig hard, but the 2 machine has the advantage for the moment. Jeremy Zarfo sitting in third, Jordan Maherter in fourth. Maherter has pressure from the 414 Brennan Lacey. Lacey gonna squeeze down on the bottom, contact, but give the spot to Lacey. And now Lacey going after Jay-Z in the 19 machine. Brennan Lacey has found something on the bottom. He is gonna squeeze down there once again. Jeremy Zarfos on the top side, doesn't have an answer. Move Brennan Lacey into third. This 414 machine is a man on a mission. Matthew Croak, your race leader. Weston Newell in second. Top 8 cars gonna transfer out of this one. Benny Sansone did make it back out there. He is well behind this group. Sansone gonna need a caution if he wants to get into this thing. Your race leader, the 2 of Matthew Croak. Very smooth down on the bottom. Weston Newell trying to duplicate it, but can't get the same runs that the 2 is. Meanwhile, Brennan Lacey is closed in on the 222. We're gonna have 5 laps to go. Aiden Harvey battling with Jeremy Zarfos. Very close race right there. 515 looked like he almost got into the back bumper. This is for 4th place, and there was some contact off of turn number 4. Now 4 laps to go, and these 2 are in transfer spots, but they are battling to improve their starting position. Every position matters here tonight. You got to make it into the A, and you've got to score a lot of points, because this year for the 410 Knoxville Nationals, as the points have built up, there's only about 30 points separating the top 16 cars so far in our total points accumulation throughout 3 preliminary races, or 2 preliminary races. This is the 3rd one. Brennan Lacey has moved into 2nd place. Weston Newell now finds himself in 3rd, but the white flag going to come out here for the 2 of Matthew Croak. I do hope I'm saying Matthew's last name right. Not 100% sure. No one has ever told me how to say it. The final lap, final time around here in the B main. And what a drive from Brennan Lacey as he's going to finish second. Croak wins it. Weston Newell third, Hayden Harvey fourth, Jeremy Zarfos fifth. Sixth place goes to Jordan Maherter. Jesse Dacus and Austin Stern make it into the show. Stephen Fernberg, Randy Shrees, Jonathan Lowe, and Vinny Sansone all done for the night. As we are going to move on now to a warm-up session, that means we're going to step away and play the national anthem, and I'm going to go get another Busch Light flavored water. So no one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to send them off into the A main here tonight. So let's get right into our starting lineup for this one. Chase Swafford on the inside of row number 1. Row 2, not yet, KR, you've done that twice now. Mason Hannigan on the outside. Row number 2, Doug Lockwood and Ernie Williams. Row 3, Sam Price and John Batista. Row number 4 going to be Andrew Clark and Jason Randolph. Row 5, Clayton Kincart and Zach McLaughlin. Darren Detweiler and Jesse Bandy in row number 6. Row 7, Dylan Workman and Ty Williams. Joe Quinn, Ross Cornada, Matthew Croak, and Brennan Lacey in row number 9. Row 10 goes to Weston Newell and Hayden Harvey. Row number 11, Jeremy Zarfos and Jordan Maherter. And row 12, Jesse Dacus and Austin Stern. Here we go. A main time. Fireworks, the whole shebang. Preliminary race number 3 for the 4th annual DOB Knoxville Nationals. Chase Swafford on the front row. Mason Hannigan to his outside. Chevy Silverado pulling in, and we get ready to go green as Swafford and Hannigan both get a similar start. Swafford takes advantage and holds on to the race lead as they all dive down to the bottom. Ernie Williams working the top side. Williams has a good run, but here comes Doug Lockwood looking at his inside. Caution flag coming out very quickly on this one. I believe Dylan Workman getting in trouble on the start in the 75. Aaron Detweiler and Clayton Kinkart making contact, and Dylan Workman, the big loser, as he ends up on his side in that one. Gonna take another look at this one. Stack up down on the bottom. Kinkart goes around. 414 getting a piece of the action as well. Everyone able to continue except for Dylan Workman. Brendan Lacey in the 414 is pulled onto pit road. We saw him get into Workman. So Lacey having to work on his car. He's got just a moment before he can roll back out. Lights going out on the Chevy Silverado. Lacey has rejoined the field. Matthew Croak and Dylan Workman find themselves on pit road now. Workman has not rejoined the race just yet, but man, I gotta tell you, if you want to have a shot, you gotta get back out there no matter how long it takes, if you can make it back out there. Silverado pulls in, and Chase Swafford on the throttle once again. Here we go. Swafford down on the bottom. Mason Hannigan giving chase. Ernie Williams in the 91 finding himself in third. Williams going to drop down to the bottom here, runs the slider line, goes and bumps the right rear end of the cushion. That cushion not too far from the wall. Williams, the first annual DOB Classic winner here Sunday night, now finds himself third in the preliminary, and we got a caution flag out. I believe this one is going to be for Jordan Maherter. Let's see what happens to the 13 machine. Weston Newell gets crossed up coming off a 4, and Maherter is going to go for a spin. Take another look at this one. Newell down on the bottom. Newell bumps the berm, gets out of shape. The 7 machine getting involved as well. Jesse Dacus. So Chase Swafford continuing to lead. Looking over the shoulder of the 08 of Doug Lockwood. And since I have permission from Chris Roberts, and since I didn't do it Sunday night, we're going to do one more. Here we go, folks. These are waters. I swear it's just to hydrate my voice. Voice has to stay well and lubricated. We're going to go on board for this restart with Doug Lockwood. Lights are out on the Silverado. Ernie Williams just ahead. Mason Hannigan and Chase Swafford. Swafford fires off. Mason Hannigan in hot pursuit. Williams a little bit of a wiggle. And Lockwood goes down to the bottom. Williams to the top side. A little bit sideways, a little too much throttle from Lockwood, but he gathers it back in, and you can see just how slick this track is as Lockwood finds some grip in the middle of 3 and 4, but gives up on him on corner exit, and John Batista gets around him. $19 laps to go here in the A main. Williams and John Batista sitting third and fourth. Ty Williams in the 32, up 7 positions from where he started, but so far the biggest mover of this race, that is the 55 of Hayden Harvey. Harvey up 10 positions. He is really trying to carve his way through this field. Harvey had a good run, as the caution flag is going to come out, and I believe we have trouble for the race leader. Chase Swafford, Mason Hannigan. Hannigan trying to muscle his way in. Swafford goes around. Not making any contact there, but Mason Hannigan really tried to muscle his way in. Take another look at this one. No contact. Chase Swafford does fall back a little bit. All right, no further contact. Off the nose of the 10, Ross Cornada. Ross finds himself in 12th place. Chevy Silverado has this field in tow. Mason Hannigan looking for a good jump on the start here. Silverado pulls in and Hannigan gets on the throttle, and we are back to green flag conditions here at Knoxville. Ernie Williams in the 91 trying the outside lane off of turn 2. Hannigan down on the bottom. He has found something that works for him down there. The yellow flag coming out just like that. I believe we have a problem with 2 cars mid-pack. Jason Randolph and Ty Williams. Williams gets way up on the inside. Contact between those two, and they just cannot get separated. Take one more look at this one. Ty Williams dumps the inside berm. Jason Randolph really doesn't have a whole lot of options, and they just get hooked up. Hannigan out in front. Ernie Williams in the 91 sitting in second. Third place goes to the 28, John Batista. Fourth is Doug Lockwood. Zach McLaughlin in the 11 rounding out the top 5. Hayden Harvey continues to work his way forward. He now finds himself in 8th place, up 12 positions from where he started. So far, he is the biggest mover of this race, and man, he is doing an outstanding job of working his way through this field, being in the right place at the right time. Jeremy Zarfos, next car to gain quite a few positions. He has gained 9 spots from where he started. Still has a lot of work to do if he wants to make his way forward. But Zarfos in 12th. Jesse Dacus in the 7 has also gained 9 positions from where he started. Finds himself in 14th place. Mason Hannigan bringing them around 3 and 4 very slowly. Gets on the throttle once again, and away we go. Hannigan down on the bottom, making that bottom lane work very well for him. Pulling away from Ernie Williams very easily. So Hannigan continuing to work the bottom. Williams on the top side. John Batista following in his tire tracks in 3rd. Now 14 laps to go. Doug Lockwood in a battle with Zach McLaughlin. McLaughlin able to use that bottom lane. Gets a good run to the inside. And Lockwood falls to 5th. McLaughlin up into 4th. Ty Williams right behind them. Williams up 8 positions. Saw Williams get tangled up with Jason Randolph, but he is able to keep going. Now finds himself in 6th with 13 laps to go. Hayden Harvey into 7th. He's gained another position. This driver really trying to do all he can to work his way forward. But do we have a mess of cars after that? Clayton Kinkart, Jesse Dacus, Jesse Bandy, Jeremy Zarfos, Darren Detweiler. We got a knot of cars a little bit deeper in the field. Contact with the 90 machine of Joe Quinn. He holds on to it. Clayton Kinkart gets crossed up through 3 and 4, loses a spot. Darren Detweiler into the wall with the right rear, but keeps it going. Finding the motos. Kinkart sideways again in the 77. Chase Swafford, early race leader, looking at this mess of cars going, what in the heck have I gotten myself into? We go on aboard with Swafford. Swafford to the outside of Weston Newell, makes the pass there, now dives down to the inside. 9 laps to go for Mason Hannigan here in preliminary race number 3A main. Hannigan starting to get some company as the 91 of Ernie Williams makes the pass, but the caution flag has come out. And Brennan Lacey in trouble. Let's see what happens to the 414. Lacey and Swafford making contact there, and Lacey ended up on his side. Take another look at this one. So tough break for Lacey. Ernie Williams is out in the front of Mason Hannigan. Maybe Williams did have the spot when the yellow flag came out. So Ernie Williams now your race leader. The lights are out on the Pace truck and Ernie Williams going to lead this field to the green flag for the first time. He'd been committed to the high side. It was working well. Mason Hannigan was committed to the bottom. It looked like it started to go away. And here we go, back to green flag racing. Williams gets an outstanding start. Mason Hannigan down to the bottom. Hannigan staying committed to that bottom lane, trying to get that car as low as possible. This race winding down. Hannigan with a good run off of 2. Mason Hannigan has the lead for the moment. Ernie Williams going to try and get the momentum on the high side. Leads that lap, but Mason Hannigan again down to the bottom. These two are running the extremes of the track, one on the outside, one on the inside. With 5 laps to go, this could be anyone's A-main. Williams a little bit better through 3 and 4 on the high side. Mason has the advantage through 1 and 2 down on the bottom, but Hannigan gets crossed up off of 2 there, giving Williams a little bit of a gap this time. Gonna have 3 laps to go at the line. Caution flag coming out. One car around. Not sure who that was. We'll see. It was Joe Quinn. Not 100% sure on this one. Clayton Kinkart and Jason Randolph making contact. Randolph going around. Kinkart looked like he got loose coming off of 2, brushed the wall, got into Randolph, and Randolph able to sort it out and keep going, but the yellow flag did come out. But this time with the yellow flag flying, Ernie Williams was ahead once again. Track looking very slick and drivers having to tiptoe around the corners here at Knoxville. Berm is built up on the outside, but a huge bump there. You got a good look at it from that camera angle. You guys don't know, Methanol Mafia Productions going to be doing the Hard Knocks race tomorrow night on Facebook. Then right back here for the final night of the 410 Knoxville Nationals Thursday night on the Turn 3 Racing Network as we go back to green flag racing. Hannigan down to the bottom, gets a good run through the middle of the corner, and Mason Hannigan has the advantage this time. So Hannigan out in front, but the yellow flag going to come out, and Jesse Bandy in trouble on the start. Bandy and Dacus get together, and Bandy goes up and over and is unable to sort that one out. So Jesse Bandy, another tough break for a hard charger. Time when the caution came out, Ernie Williams was ahead. Mason Hannigan looked like he had the advantage there, but Williams able to hold on for just a little bit longer. Looking over the shoulder of Ernie Williams. Dirty Dick's racewear on the hood of this sprint car. But the laps are winding down and getting very, very short here at Knoxville. Lights are out on the Silverado once again. Pace truck is in. Ernie Williams in control of the field, and Williams fires off. Gets a good run down the front stretch. High side once again for the 91. Mason Hannigan in the 1X down on the bottom. 2 laps to go. Hannigan pulls ahead at corner entry, but Williams gets a good run off of the corner. Final lap, final time around. These two are going at it side by side. One on the top, one at the bottom. Hannigan with a good run off of turn 2. That might be the break he needs. Ernie Williams to the high side. Can he make something happen? Hannigan down on the bottom, gets cross up, and at the line, it is going to be Ernie Williams winning the A-Main here tonight. Ernie Williams pulling off the win on the high side. Mason Hannigan by 0.04 seconds. In the second place, John Batista third. Fourth place going to Zach McLaughlin. Hayden Harvey made it into the top 5, up 15 positions. What an outstanding drive by Hayden Harvey. Ross Cornada in 6th. 7th place going to Ty Williams. 8th place, Darren Detweiler. Chase Swafford 9th. 10th goes to Joe Quinn. 11th, Austin Stern. Jason Randolph finishing in 12th. 13th going to Clayton Kinkart. 14th, Jeremy Zarfos. Andrew Clark 15th. 16th place going to Doug Lockwood. Jesse Dacus 17th. 18th, Weston Newell. 19th, Sam Price. 20th, Matthew Croak. Jesse Bandy, Brennan Lacey, Jordan Maherter, and Dylan Workman rounding out this 24-car field. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen, what a race that was. And let's get right into it and start this post-race show by talking to our race winner, and that is none other than the driver in the 91. And Ernie, you pick up the win on Sunday night for the first annual DOB Classic, and here you are, A-Main winner once again on Tuesday night here in your preliminary race.
Yeah, I've been a whole lot better if I qualified good. I don't know if it's going to lock me into the A. It's probably going to put me in the front row of the B. Long way to go Thursday. My car's good. I mean, I'm probably going to be able to come through, but man, it's going to be a long haul Thursday. I just missed the qualifying, missed the line. Kind of put me behind the 8 ball, you know what I mean? I got started up front in my heat. Luckily, I won that. I mean, that's the only thing I could have done was win the heat, win the A, and whatever that puts me is where it puts me. Mason had a good run. He probably was a little faster than me on the bottom there for a little bit, but I think he caught the berm coming out forward and just let me get him just by a tick there.
Well, tell us about that epic battle that you guys had. Several restarts there towards the end, side by side, one of you on the top side, the other on the bottom. What was that like as a driver?
Well, it's nice knowing that he's always going to be there so I could run my line pretty good. But the cushion started to go away a little bit there towards the end. I could feel it. My car's getting a little looser. It's coming off of 2 a little bit weird. I wasn't in the gas as much through 3 and 4. So the cushion started to go away a little bit. If they'd have been another 10 laps on the race, a 30-lap race, I probably would have went to the bottom in 3 and 4, maybe a little bit of a slider line like I did Sunday. But the cushion went away from me. I don't know if it was my set or just the track. I know the track it was getting bad there for a little bit, but I'm sure we can tune up on the set a little bit. But other than that, it was awesome, fun. Black Diamond Motorsports took 1, 2, 3. So all in all, good night for the team. great racing with the teammates and all that. And like I said, just knowing he's going to be down there allows me to run my line. And, you know, them cautions, man, were hurting me. I couldn't get no rhythm. You get on the cushion, I mean, I'm not saying you don't need one for the bottom, but, man, you got to have a steady rhythm on the cushion. One little bump, throw you around, and you're just screwed. So the cautions were just, each one was just, I was getting more frustrated. And thank God it worked out.
Well, Ernie, a solid race here in the preliminary A main for night number 3. Not sure how the points are going to fall for you for Thursday night, but man, I do know that the points are very close, so we look forward to seeing you.
We're going to have some fun coming through the pack Thursday. I can promise you that.
Now, I do got to ask, are you going to take advantage of the Hard Knocks race coming up tomorrow night, or are you going to stay with the points you have?
Pretty sure I'm going to stay with the points. Like I said, at worst, I will probably be slotted in the front row or the second row of the B main is what I'm thinking. So as long as I'm in the B main, row 1 or run row 2, I will just run the B main and just hoping, you know, just try to get out of that. I feel good with that as long as I can start in the front 2 rows. If I start in the 3rd row or 4th row, you know, might be a decision, but I don't know. I'm probably going to just stick with the B main and try to work my way up through that. I mean, like I said, I got a good car, so I feel like, you know what I mean, I should be able to finish top 4 or so for something we're taking, and slot myself in there somewhere 19, 20, 21, 22, somewhere around there, I think.
All right, man. Well, one more time, shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for this race here tonight.
Absolutely. Turn 3 Media, man, you guys did a great job. Went back and watched it. Awesome job, man. Can't wait to go back and watch this one. Thanks, KR, for doing the broadcast. Tim Nichols with Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, powered by iRacing, man. He does an awesome job helping out the team. Matt Henninger with Wicked E-Brands. He does a lot for the sim community, helping this deal get broadcast. He's putting sponsors up, man. He's awesome for the sim community, too. As a Black Diamond Motorsports. Velocity Designs, Ross Carenta for doing the paint, man. Like I said, it was hard to come off the other one, but this one's starting to grow on me. You know what I mean? The first time I get in this one, I get a win, so you know, that's always a plus. Super Clean, Red Lobster from Lima, General Tire, all the guys that help out Tim. Again, you for doing the broadcast, KR. Can't wait to go back and watch it. And hopefully Thursday we can move to the front, man.
All right, that is Ernie Williams, your A main winner here on preliminary race number 3. Once again, man, congratulations. Now let's move on to our second place finisher. That is the driver of the 1X. That is known as Mason Hannigan. Mason, congratulations on second place here tonight.
Yeah, seems like I can't finish any better than second, so I guess we'll count it as a win.
Well,
right?
Man, it was a heck of a battle between you and Ernie, and it seemed like the cautions weren't coming out in your favor. You maybe would have the advantage for the moment, and Ernie would take it right back, and the yellow flag would fly there at the end of this race.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, when he got ahead of me on that one caution, I think it was only like a couple thousandths of a gap, and I knew it'd be all right because I'd go up there and look on top of one, and it was really slick, and so I know I could get a better run out of 2, and I knew I could definitely get a better run into 3, but I know they would kill me out of 4 because the top of 4 had a lot of grip, like 10,000% more than the bottom, and I think, you know, if I wouldn't have hit the berm, we would have been a little closer, and I think maybe would have had him. But, you know, if it happened and did it happen are 2 different things. So, you know, we'll just take the points that we got. You know, just absolutely screwed myself in qualifying, and that's what the Nationals is about. So, you know, we'll see where we slate and go wherever on Thursday.
All right, man. Well, an outstanding job to finish in second place here on what looked to be a very slick track. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, Black Diamond Motorsports, all them guys. Wouldn't be possible where I'm at today if it wasn't for them. And I can't thank Velocity Race Designs for the amazing work and designs and new design for Ernie. And, you know, we'll give it another shot Thursday, and hopefully we make the show.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations on second place. Nice job out there.
Thank you. And a big shout out to Tim Sims and Tim Nichols.
All right, there you go. Mason Hannigan, your second place finisher here tonight. What I would say is a very slick Knoxville Raceway. But now let's move on to our final driver on the podium, finishing third out here tonight. That is John Batista in the 28. John, a new paint job for you. Threw me for a loop. But man, back to the front you go. Apparently it doesn't matter what kind of paint job you have.
Yeah, this is my my annual Brian Paulus salad car throwback for the Nationals. And last 2 years have not been kind to me running this paint, so I'm glad to actually really the whole first part of this week for the Nationals hasn't really been great for me either, but I knew I just had to put together one good night. If I could qualify decent, which I think I did pretty much as good as I could have done, qualifying 27th or 28th, and then yeah, it's all about heat racing. And once you go into the A, just maintaining track position, that's all I could do, and I did that. So really just pleased with how I handled things tonight. And yeah, Ernie, I really had no shot on Ernie. We ran slightly different setups tonight, and he definitely made the better change of the two. So yeah, it is what it is. We'll move on to the Nationals on Thursday. Hopefully, I should be starting close to the front. This will be the first time I don't have to run the soup, so that's definitely an upgrade.
Well, the soup is always difficult, but John, this was a fun racetrack as far as how slick and how much you guys had to feather the throttles. Take us through what you felt was your best lap and what you were doing out there.
Well, most of my issues towards the end of the race just stemmed with coming out of turn 2, and Ernie was smoking me out of 2. He had a little bit better of a car going down the backstretch than I did. You could see Zach was catching me on the bottom out of 2. That was really where all the speed was. So my car really couldn't move off the top. So if I wanted to run the middle, I really couldn't. So it was just live or die by the top for me. Luckily, in this particular race, the top didn't really go away. I would like to think this is pretty much the slickest it's going to be on Thursday. So if that is the case, I should be okay. Yeah, I was really just maintaining throttle control through 1 and 2. 3 and 4 wasn't really much of an issue for me. I think I was a little bit faster than Ernie in 3. But yeah, it's just the 1 and 2. Really just keeping throttle down and getting the run down the backstretch.
All right, man. Well, an outstanding drive to put you in third place, gaining 3 positions from where you started. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I got a few people. I just want to thank you, first of all, for putting on the broadcast deal for the Nationals. Want to thank Tim Nichols at Tim Sims, Ross with Velocity Race Design. Want to thank him for partnering up with our team. Guys, really appreciate it. Got some great paints, new cars. Ernie put his on tonight, got a victory, so maybe it's a good luck charm. Chris Roberts, of course, for putting on this deal. I know he puts a lot of hours into doing all the points and stuff, and even this year with 2 prelims and 1 night, so I'm sure he's pretty stressed out. So yeah, just thanks to him for putting this all on. Yeah, congrats to Ernie and Mason on their 1-2 finish.
All right, man. Well, nice job once again. Congratulations on third place here tonight.
Thanks, sir. Hopefully I'll see you Thursday.
Absolutely. John Batista, your third place finisher here in the A main with a good run, and you heard it from him. Not as good as he would like off of turn number 2. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Hope you all will tune in tomorrow night at the Methanol Mafia Productions on Facebook as the DOB Hard Knocks Wednesday night race. That is where the drivers who aren't locked in can throw away their points and try and be one of the top 4 drivers to finish to get spots 17 through 20. Top 4 finishers tomorrow night in the A main get locked in to spots 17 through 20. And so that is going to be an exciting one to watch over on Facebook with Methanol Mafia Productions. But then come right back here Thursday night, as we're going to kick this one off for the final night of racing as the Dirty Old Bastards 4th annual Knoxville Nationals. We're going to wrap this up. We will crown a champion, and it is going to be one to see for sure. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the show. I thoroughly enjoyed being here. And so until Thursday night, y'all stay safe, and we'll see you next time.